to make it as quick as I possibly can. I recently took some extensions. I took my KT Hair Imports hair, which was silky straight, super smooth, and I texturized it. So it went from this to this. I just want to explain how I did it. I think this is great for anyone who has some silky straight extensions or maybe a wig or something like that they like to add some texture into it. For this time that I did it, I used 3 types of hair. So I can show you guys what the results would look like on different forms of hair. So as you can see, I don't have my hair in right now because I'm doing some braids as a protective style. But I do have some pictures of my extensions. I still have my extensions. In fact, they are right here. These are the extensions that I made. Still going strong. They're still doing great. They like the tangling. There's virtually no tangling going on. These are sealed. The wefts were sealed, so there is no shedding going on. But yeah, if you want to see how I texturize my extensions, please stay tuned. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so let's get started. To get my hair to have a textured appearance, I actually did chemically alter the hair. I treated the hair with a chemical. I used a perm. Now keep in mind that a perm is completely different from a relaxer. If you want to find out a little bit more about the perm that I used and a little bit more of the methods behind why I chose this perm, please feel free to check out my blog, which I will link to right here. And I have a very detailed post on my blog. Well, I ended up getting the perm at the Sally's Beauty Supply store, and this is the perm that I used. I used the one and only moisturizing alkaline perm. I chose to use this perm because it is the most damaging. And the hair that I've started out with, which was my KT Hair Imports hair, is very silky, it's very soft, it's very shiny, and I wanted to get the hair to be more textured to the appearance of my own natural hair. So in a sense, I kind of wanted to damage the hair, so that's why I chose this alkaline perm. So of course, with using any type of chemical, you're going to want to have safety precautions, be careful. I am no professional at this. I am just a person who chose to do this, who came up with an idea, and I did a little research, and I wanted to see if this method would actually work. So I'm texturizing the hair, trying to change it into a different texture. I'm not trying to make it curly or anything like that. So if you want to make it curly, I'm going to leave a link at the bottom of the video where you can actually check it out. It is from Miss Bossy Live. She did an excellent video that inspired me. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You'll need towels, some rubber bands. Optional are some perm rods. You can use whatever size you want to use. You'll also need some gloves. I didn't have any plastic gloves. And also the perm package did not come with gloves, so I would definitely suggest that you use your own gloves. I didn't have any latex gloves either, so I'm just using kitchen gloves. Of course, you'll need your perm, and like I explained, I'm using the one and only moisturizing alkaline perm. And you'll also need your hair. So I'm using 3 types of hair to show variance, difference in what's going to happen. Okay, so this hair here is the KT Hair Imports hair. It is very thick, a single wefted track, and the hair is very thick. I'll insert some pictures of it. Okay, I will also insert pictures of this hair because this is some virgin hair that I will be using. And lastly, probably be inserting pictures of this hair too. Okay, and this is, well, the wefts have been sealed on this hair, and the hair track has been flipped. These are the 3 hair types that I will be using. Okay, so the first thing I do is prep the hair, and to prep the hair, all I do is braid the hair into braids. Personally, I like the smaller size braids. I like the way that the results come out. And this is the KT Hair Imports here. And then I did the same thing here. I did 2 smaller braids in one that's a little larger. And same thing here. So I just braided the hair, and towards the end of the braid I just added a little perm rod. The reason that I did this is because I didn't want the ends to be all sticky up to be straight, so that's why I did that. Unboxing the box, you're going to get the alkaline, you're going to actually get the alkaline perm waving lotion, which looks like this. Okay. And then you're going to get the Neutralizer, which looks like this. Okay. You get a bag, which is actually for the top of your head. And that's it. That's all that you get. As you see, you don't get any gloves, so that's why I say, make sure you have some gloves. So with this perm, the instructions are actually on the box, so you might want to take some scissors and cut the box so that you can open it up and see the instruction. Okay, so if we look at the instructions, you can see that you can do a water wrap. There are a few ways to do this. You can do water wrap, or you can do a lotion wrap. I will be doing the lotion wrap method, okay? Okay, so now with my gloves completely on, I'm taking the bag that came with it, with the kit, and I'm putting it down so that I can put the hair inside of the bag. So I'm just putting the hair inside of the bag along with the rollers and everything. So first we're going to start with the waving lotion. So all I'm doing here is just coating the hair completely with the waving lotion. You want to make sure that you get the hair completely saturated with the product. And I am getting the hair on the rollers, making sure to get every little section of hair that I can. And you want to be really careful because the fumes are so strong. This product smells like eggs, rotten eggs, and smells like sulfur, so you want to be careful. And I just took the bag and just kind of scrunched it around to make sure to have the product completely coated on the hair. That's all I'm doing here. And I just kind of rolled the package up and just let the package sit for the complete processing time, and it looked like this. And I let the hair process for 15 minutes. So right here, all I'm doing is just taking the hair out of the bag. The 15 minutes is up, so it's time for me to start rinsing. And I am just rinsing the hair with water. My perm package, which I'm following the directions, so if ever you get lost, you can just follow the directions on your package, because that's what I'm doing here. My package said to rinse the hair for a period of time ranging between 3 and 5 minutes, so I ended up rinsing the hair for 5 minutes. You want to make sure that you rinse your hair thoroughly because we are doing a bit of pH chemistry on the hair. When using a perm, that's what it basically is. It's changing the pH around of the hair and getting bonds to reform. And because we are using a alkaline or basic perm, we are starting with a very high pH, And by rinsing the hair, you are bringing the pH back down, and you're kind of neutralizing the pH condition. So we're trying to get the hair's pH a bit more controlled. And you want to make sure that you rinse thoroughly and correctly, and for the proper period of time, because rinsing, it stops the processing of the hair. So you want to make sure that you take your time and you rinse thoroughly for the amount of time that your package says. The 5 minutes is up, and I just turned the water off, squeeze the water out of the hair, and now I'm going to remove all of the perm rods. And as you can see here, this is the curl that I got at the bottom. Like I said, I added the perm rods because I didn't want the ends to just be left straight. And you see the perm rod gives a really nice curl. So most of the ends took pretty well. They all had a nice little curl to the end, so I wouldn't have just extremely jagged and bone straight ends. So that's why I did this. And as you can see here, I'm having a little bit of difficulty. So the processing of the hair, like I said, it does damage the hair, and you might get some pieces that kind of stick a little bit to the perm rod. And on the KT Hair Imports hair, I didn't have this issue, but on the other hair types that were processed before, like the beauty supply store quality hair and the AliExpress hair, which had been dyed and bleached, those hair types were really difficult to take off of the perm rod. So if you can see here, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of struggling because the extra processing, it did damage the hair, and it made the ends kind of tangle up a bit, but they still had a nice curl to them. So if your hair has been processed before, or if your hair is not virgin, or if you're concerned about maybe your hair went through some processing, and you go through this process, it's going to damage the hair even more. So this may be a little bit difficult for you taking off the perm rods. As you can see, that's what I'm going through here. I'm having a little bit of difficulty, but just take your time. Don't pull at the hair, and just try to untangle it the best of your ability. So as you can see, this is some of the hair from AliExpress, and this final piece is the hair from the beauty supply store. So I'm just taking off the rods, and I did have just a tad bit of trouble, but just take your time and everything will be okay. So once the perm rods were all out, it's time for me to add the neutralizer, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just coating the hair with the neutralizing product, which was in the white container, which I showed earlier at the beginning of the unboxing. After adding the product, I then took out all of the braids. So this is what I'm doing right here. I'm just taking out the braids from the hair, and I did this to each and every piece. So the neutralizer sat for 5 minutes, and it's time to do the final rinse. So we're all done with the process, and now I'm just going to rinse the hair for another 3 minutes. That's all I did, was rinse the hair. And as you can see in the sink, there was a little bit of breakage. All of that breakage came from the hair that was more processed, especially the AliExpress hair, which was the most processed. So like I said, this does damage your hair, but the good thing about this is that you can turn hair that's completely straight into something that may resemble your hair a bit more. Alright, so finally, we're all done. So all I did after rinsing the hair out was just squeeze the water out of the hair and allow the hair to air dry. So after doing this process, I did not wash the hair. I did not deep condition the hair for at least, I would say, a few weeks. You don't want to add water to this hair at least for 48 hours after doing this process, because if you do, the hair will actually revert back to its straight texture. So make sure that you don't add water to the hair after doing this. So I think the best bet for you would be to just allow the hair to air dry naturally and then you can actually insert the hair as clip-ins like I did, or you can add the hair as a or you can wear the hair as a wig or whatever you're going to do with your hair. So after doing this process, allow your hair to air dry and you're all done and your hair is ready to be worn. If you decide to immediately wear the hair afterwards, you don't want to get caught in the rain, you don't want to add any water to the hair after doing this process for at least 48 hours, because if you do, the hair will revert back to its natural texture. So like I said, we're all done and here are the results. So here's a picture of the KT Hair Imports hair before processing and after processing. And personally, I love the way that this hair came out. As you can see, the straight texture is completely gone. The hair no longer has all that silkiness, and it has a nice coarseness to it. I love the way that this hair came out because it does actually look a lot more closer to my own relaxed hair. And now I'm able to wear this hair in a stage where I don't have to use heat to blend in the hair anymore. I usually wear it in braid outs, and I really love the way that it turned out. So now this is the AliExpress hair. It was the virgin hair that had been bleached twice and dyed twice. And as you can see, it took a lot of damage to it. This hair got really, really coarse. It's very coarse. If you're looking for turning your extensions into something as coarse as this process would be great on hair that has been extremely over processed. And lastly, this is what the beauty supply store hair came out to look like. Because it is Remy hair, it's beauty supply store hair, it has been dyed because it was dyed to the color 1B. As you can see, it also took the process really harshly. The ends were very, very coarse of this hair, so as you can see, it's gained a lot of texture. And if this is something that you're looking for, I would definitely suggest, trying this process on some beauty supply store hair that has been just dyed. And thanks for watching, and please be sure to check out my blog. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions or comments, please feel sure to ask. And please be sure to check out my next video. In this video, I am showing you how I take these clip-ins that I made and do a braid out with them.